tell you, do not add pictures to radio. Okay, sorry about that. I had to make some last-minute adjustments.
You may not find us on your TV, because in case you did not know, we're being brought to you by
OTR.
Brought to you by
27.085 megahertz.
Brought to you by RADI.
The Old Tube Radio Network.
What do they say? In case you did not know. Does anybody not know by now, after 40 years, would anybody not know that Saturday night is the Old Tube Radio Network? Real radio's glowing in the dark, not a club, just a voluntary association of people interested in the promotion and distribution of information about your Class D 11-meter citizen band radio service. I think that's what we are supposed to say here at the beginning. Hello, my name is Dennis. One of the many net controls is set onto the Old Tube Radio air chair. Thanks for joining us. We'll have the SWL roll call at the beginning, and then, of course, we will conclude or commence to begin. Is that what they call with the radio check-ins? And we should have a few tonight. I've uploaded some new photos, which I have not seen yet, so we'll get to those. And this is the time when we are, is that true? Yeah, they're saying it is true. Do the 00 check-in. So if they will hand me the SWLs with the perfect attendance that are in the little jar here, we will do that. So hang on with your early check-ins. Let me get a 00 here. And the band has been cooperating. We had a little bit of gray line skip going on early, and now I don't hear much of anything, but that's probably because my antenna is not very good. That's why I don't hear anything. All right, let me see who I've got in the deal. You guys can have this back and the lid. And the 00 is SWL 37. He knows how to do that 77. Chris is probably watching a movie. All right, well, I'll put that off to the side so that he will know when he checks in that he'll have to check in twice now. But speaking of check-ins, or anybody that needs an early check-in, over.
24 checking in.
Hey, Joseph, we've got you at 24. Thanks for stopping by, over.
93 needs an early check-in, please.
All right, we've got the Spit Attorney. We've got an early check-in for the Clovis guy, 93. Thank you, sir.
Appreciate it, Dennis. Sorry about that. Everybody have a good night. Thank you.
Get 650, please.
Get in there early. He's got radio problems.
All right, 650 early. And who was that had radio problems, over?
61, Copenhagen Kid. He's got radio problems, so he asked to be checked in.
All right, 61, because I can normally hear him, so he would have to have a radio problem for me to not hear his very fine quality radio. So we'll get Copenhagen checked in.
Thank you.
And we will get started here, the Old Tube Radio Network. Let me bring up my list. We've got a check-in for SWL number 1. Where's it going? 61.1. All right, it's working. It's working. Let me go to the control panel. That seems to be working okay. And how about number 2? Who very well might be 9 pounds at good modulation somewhere around Chestnut and Herndon. SWL3, I will get Rob checked in. And I quickly stopped over at Old Radio Night. We will take a much longer visit here in a little bit to get the coast-to-coast check-in, find out what they are up to, the radios they are on tonight. SWL5, Levon, I see it. Let me get the X in the square for you. Jumping over from Old Radio Night over to SWL7 for Mr. Ed. Did I mention that you do not have to be on any particular list of numbers to stop by and say hello radio and check in? You can, if you're at oldtuberadio.net, there is a chat window that puts you up on the big chat without having to even go to YouTube. I think you can chat right in the window, and it takes you there. Say hello. You can join us on the YouTube video. You can join us here locally just by breaking in and saying hello radio. We've got the Echo link appears to be up and ready. So various ways to jump in and say hello radio here on the Old Tube Radio Network. Let's go over to SWL 982 Dirt Dog.
Hello, guys. This is Dirt Dog 982 checking in.
Hello, radio.
982 Dirt Dog, you are sounding good from the big Sanger town tonight. The radio is firing up great, and we've got an X in the square over.
All right, thanks, Dennis.
Hello, radio.
All right, thanks for joining us. And I hear a hello radio over.
Yes, somebody called for me?
Somebody did call for you. I called for you because your number showed up, and I will show everyone here on the video. Your number showed up on who wrote that one in pencil, huh? SWL 37 as the new 00 for the next 8 weeks over.
Whoa. I've only done that one time before, and that was all the way back in the 80s.
It was a long time ago, so I would suggest maybe you go and play those lotteries this week.
Maybe I should. But anyway, 00 checking in.
All right, thank you, 00. We'll catch you as 37 as well. Thanks for getting us started off over.
Thank you, and thank you, Joe.
Welcome, Chris.
You got the 2-for-1. 114 did it the last 8 weeks, and he did a good job. I think he was actually in the running. I think Rickshaw was in the running, but 37 is the one that came out of the hat tonight.
I'm kind of tickled.
I know. Well, go to the other one and keep tickling. I'll catch you a little bit.
I feel honored. All right, thank you.
And 9 pounds of good modulation. You know who just checked in. Is out there. OBP. Hello, sir. You are looking good on my meter, on my chart here, and I've got the X in the square. Campbell, California, Yankee November Charlie. Thanks for joining us. Probably hear you guys on 40 meters right now. Right to be on there, but obviously we're a little bit higher in frequency. 40 was open last night on the short hop till almost 11 o'clock, which very, very unusual. All right, back to the roll call, such that it is. And why do I only have one X on my page? You know what? This pencil isn't working. I'm marking things, and there's no lead coming out. What is that? I have to go get it sharpened or something. All right, Dirt Dog was our last check-in, and of course 00. Let's see. Do we have any jumping dolphins yet? Looking for 10 and 30. They will be here. SWL 11 and 12 are in. Dan and Dapper Dan were right as the doors opened. When Charles opened the doors to let everybody in, they were right in the front with their they got their special passes, and into the green room they went. So Dan and Dapper Dan, I'm looking and feeling dapper today. I am going to be a close second to SWL 12 Dapper Dan. We've got you in there. Let's go. The Echo link is up. The crossband is up. Hopefully you will hear whoever needs to check in. SWL 13. Well, there it's sharpened. It's kind of sharp. That's the pencil, but I think it's like it's got something on the lead, like it's got wax or something. I don't know what's going on. Let's go back out to Sangertown for SWL 14.
SWL 14 checking in.
All right, sounding good. Thanks for picking me up through the noise. It's kind of quiet right now. We'll see if it stays that way. And we got room for you if you are up and around for some radios tonight.
Yeah, roger that. It is awful noisy over here in my neighborhood. But, hopefully I'll be up later and check on in again.
All right, bueno. Got the X in the square. Thanks. It is early out in Alpha 173 land out in Copenhagen, Denmark, SWL 15. Seeing who is there. Also say hello to over at old2radio.net. Sacramento, New York, Portland, Oregon. Talked to Portland last night on 40 meters. Really good hop. About 10 o'clock. West Virginia, Lawrence, Kansas, Minnesota, Lake Elsinore is in. I think I see 78 somewhere. Some Fresno stations. Melbourne, hello to you. What's going on there? Let me see if it shows up. It is 66 degrees. That is kind of cool. What time is it out there? It doesn't say. Yeah, 1:14 p.m. So you guys having a cool day out that way. And Broughton, Illinois. Okay, we're good. Back to the list here, and we will continue. SWL 16. Thank you for writing up the numbers tonight. They worked pretty good. We had to extend it a week, but we've chosen our 00. He says always enjoying the net. Well, I'm glad. I do too. If I didn't enjoy it, I would only probably hang around for 20 years instead of 40. But that's what happens when you are having fun. Time flies. Let's go. Thank you. Let's go to SWL 17. SWL 18. Got a Facebook check-in for Mr. KDA. In Nineland, Alpha Zulu Zulu, America Zanzibar. Looking forward to the net, as I do. Thanks for joining us. SWL 19 with the cue cards tonight. Looking good. Are they're making you wear a tie too, or you had another function you're going to attend, or you came from that? Okay, ran in from the big dinner. Well, that's good. It's I would turn the camera the other way. See, no, he says no. Don't turn the camera. I won't. Okay, I won't. It wasn't in the rule book. I'm the only one that can wear some type of a 1960s suit around here. Let's go to SWL 20.
Number 20 here. 1629 and 54. Thank you.
All right. Sounds like you're keying up the microphone with the big stick from afar, but I hear you, and we'll talk more later. Find out what's going on over there.
Got the soldering iron in the other hand.
Oh, all right. A soldering tips. One is to make sure that the hand is in the proper position on the soldering iron. All right. I was doing all sorts of outdoor stuff today, so I'm sniffly and sneezy. We are going to go, as we often do in the Old Tube Radio Network, to our coast-to-coast linkup. That's with DD21SC. We're going to see if we can get in 21614 and UDX 183 from South Carolina. Their tonight's radio. Oh, wow. Is the Tram Titan 2 and the Black Cat JB12, JB2000 receive preamplifier going back to the coast. All right, let me find, hang on a second. I'm going to dial up. I had it in here earlier. They were spinning the wheel. And maybe Let me go back. Did they finish? Maybe they finished up already. Oh, it says new stream. All right, let me click on that. So something happened where you had to do it. Boy, there's the Tram Titan 2. I will bring it up on the picture. Let me see if I can bring that. All right, there's Tram Titan 2. I'm going to bring up the audio and stop talking, and I hope we're going to... I'm going to... Let me refresh it one more time so there's no big delay, so hang on. That's the refresh. Here's the audio coming up, maybe. There's no audio. Here we go. All right, we're in. You guys are good on the Tram Titan 2, over.
I guess we got in or we didn't get in, but I had to redo the stream. He might be on the first one there. It crapped out at the last minute there for some reason. So, all right, 21, standing by. Do it again one at a time. Go ahead, Jed.
Yeah, we're sounding good. 183, we got.
Man.
Looking good. Sounding good. Coast to coast. We're linking up with Old Radio Night.
I guess you got in. I don't know.
Out in Cackalack.
I was looking at last.
You can see the beautiful Tram Titan
what
2.
Now? I checked in after y'all did. Okay. Well, I'm still checking in again. SWL 21, checking in.
Sounding good. We got you guys. No problem. 183. Got that check in, no problem.
It's all checked out.
Don't you love that relay thump on the Tram Titan 2? That's live and direct. So check him out. Old Radio Night still going on now over on YouTube on the 21SC.
There. What's going on? Is that
all right, we got you guys checked in. Thanks.
Who is it, sir? Who was that?
I want to go back to the control room here.
You what?
Okay, I think we're live audio back to the West Coast. DD21 on the Tram Titan 2. Will we have one check-in tonight? I don't know. You know what? I'm going to put that as one of our radios tonight. JT checking in the Tram, looking good. Back to the roll call here on the West Coast, the Old Tube Radio Network. And we are looking for SWL 22. Haven't heard any skip from Anchorage. Sometimes Tyler will join us on the chat, but I don't see him, so we'll hang out with that. Let's go to SWL 23. 23 Skidoo. And Richie said he's been rocking on the Madison on DX skip all week. Yeah, you noticed that. The conditions got better. Not perfect, not like they have been. But the 10, 11 meter conditions certainly started opening up again. I'll have to play. It was not that good today. I found a beacon. We'll do that later on. A 2-watt beacon coming in out of Hawaii on 10 meters. Just wanted to let you show. And he's using a J.C. Penney radio that he modified. So I'll let you know it actually does work. You can be heard on 2 watts. You just have to have an open channel. We got Joseph checked in, SWL 24. Let's go to SWL 25. Over. Hello, 25.
I think he was coming back to you there.
Yeah, I thought I heard him. Over. All right, I did hear you, Jerry. Maybe something turned off that it was supposed to turn on. We got you checked in, 25 and also 74.
Yeah, Joe, you're just not putting out the power like you normally do.
It started good. All right, well, we'll be out here if he wants to do a check later, check the coax and all that good stuff. Let's go to SWL 27. And you guys were talking skip on DD21. Bill says the Titan 2 was talking with California and Tijuana and Hawaii. I missed it. If they were talking to California, I bet we could have heard them. SWL 28. What's happening in the green room? Gary will let us know. Let us know what the soup du jour is. Checking in. Where's he checking in from? 007, Extreme CB. Checking in and up with lots of checks. That's this guy right there on extremecb.com. In South Carolina tonight, Florida. Where is the RV taking you guys tonight? And Richard, I did hear that was some type of QSO party. Oh, they were just calling for sevens. It wasn't, a specific like Nevada, Oregon, or Washington. It was just like any 7 calls. So anybody that's a 7 call on the chat, get into Richard there and give him a point or whatever you get. Gary says that he's cleaning up the green room after the Kentucky Derby party. And now some coconut cream pie and a Coke. Is soupy sales there? Just stay away from those coconut cream pies. Or maybe it was, that was Mary Ann's favorite, wasn't it, on Gilligan's Island? Sounds good. I'm not sure if a coconut cream pie goes well with the Coke. That's a lot of sugar. Should be the first place show. Thank you, Gary. Anyway, sounds good. Save me a piece. I will be there. We've got a check-in for SWL 29, Mr. Loner. Looking for 30 and 10 still. Oh, that's right. Frank's getting the he's getting the bad meals in the recovery room, or maybe you're in the good recovery room and getting the DoorDash. All right. Well, I hope your recovery is going well. Back surgery is no simple task. So hopefully you'll be in the right spot at the right time coming up. Well, thanks for joining us. And hopefully the apple a day and the pain medications are doing what they're supposed to do. SWL 31, Robert and Teresa were in at the top of the net here. Good to have you guys checking in from Hendersonville, Tennessee. Robert and Teresa have been on a long time. When we first started our video link, they were one of the first ones to actually kind of jump in and say, hey, what is this? Send us some great pictures and still out there. Looking good. God, you guys are up and at 'em tonight, staying up late. Speaking of staying up late, and I take it the phone didn't ring, or if it did, it was the solar guy trying to sell solar panels and not somebody wanting you to jump into the big truck. Rob, SWL 32, in the comfy recliner, enjoying the net tonight, and saying hello radio from somewhere around the corner from Waco. Looking good. And glad to know the life of a short timer can sometimes be good. Sometimes they'll leave you alone. SWL 33, they did with me. No live shows today, nothing going on. So I was able to hang around the QTH here and get some chores done, which is a good thing. And there, while we're here on the row, let's get SWL 30, also SWL 10. Dwayne, keep the Browning and the Robin ready. We've got a couple of big gun stations here tonight, ready to chat with you guys when the band opens up. I'm still in the mud duck mode, but we've got some good stations, good sounding, large, 5-watt DC input stations that'll be able to make it out your way. Yeah, it's zero conditions, but you never know. The old Tube Radio Network. Real radio's glowing in the dark. Hello to Sean, 007, says he's new, just bought a couple of Baofeng radios and learning ham-related things and found this channel. Well, there are ham-related things here. We sometimes do ham-related stuff. I mean, it's all two-way radio, right? It's just, you just move. You just move to a different side of the park where there's less people and the contacts are a little bit easier. You just need a ticket to get in. So good. Glad you're working on that. And thanks for joining us. We're here we're at 27085 is where we are at frequency-wise in Central California. So tune on the radio. I don't think we'll have any conditions, but you never know. Directed net roll call. And the purpose, of course, the reason we're here is to talk about and show off, have our tube radio operators from the classic CB days in the late 50s, 60s, and 70s with those old tube radios akin to an old car with fins and chrome and all that good stuff. They'll be popping by here later, so do not go, as they say, don't touch that dial. Don't go away. Let me get the X's in here. SWL 34 is next. That's Jimmy and Captain Chaos and Railroader, and he's probably busy doing all sorts of Facebook stuff, keeping all the pages going. But if you're watching the replay, Jimmy, we've got you checked in. From cool Cheyenne, SWL 35, Mr. Bill. Used to be right here in the Central Valley in Fresno with Red Monkey Communications, now in Cheyenne, Wyoming, and a lot of other places. A lot of the stations and radios you will hear tonight are a courtesy of, going through the Red Monkey Communications shop and getting peaked and tweaked and still sounding good here. So appreciate that. Let's go to Kenny. Ken, SWL 36 is checking in right there. 111 and 36 with the X in the square. Thanks. Over to SWL 37. The guy that checked in is 00 because he could.
And I can do it again now on 37, yeah, 27085. Anyway, SWL 37 checking in, Dennis.
37 sounding good again. All right, now it's back to the tickle machine.
That's right. All right, I'm back to my movie.
All right, thanks. Directed net roll call. Let's go to SWL 38. What's happening up in beautiful Byron, California? Hello to Wild Turkey, UDX 104, San Hello Radio, and to all the tube radio operators and SWLs. Let's go to SWL 39. SWL 40. 40 gets a check-in. He's on the road. He might be, I don't know if he's got communications via the Universal Media Netweb, but if you're out there, Larry, somewhere between Trona, Erlemart, Wasco, Weed Patch, Arvin, I don't know, wherever the Winnebago is going. I hope all is well. You're not getting any sun now, so hopefully you got the batteries charged and have found a space to hang out. The Break OTR, go ahead. Yeah, I hear you better. You were good. When you first checked in, it came in and then it popped out, and now you're back in again. Over.
Okay, thanks. Just carry on with that, man. Anyway, thanks for checking us in.
All right, you tapped the right corner of the radio, wiggled the right item, and you are back online. Thanks.
Right.
All right, thank you, 25. And Sammy, I see you from saying not a thing going on. And we will definitely have a good evening. So 39 is in, 25 is in. Someone just said OTR on 7198 at 59. Okay, they had to move off a 99 probably, right? As a 7200 cacophony? I don't know. Let's go to SWL 41. So maybe we'll get the ESSB crew checking in tonight. Hello to all those extended extra sideband hi-fi guys. We try it here on 11 meters. We really do. There are actually some very good sounding stations. You will hear a few of them tonight. There's a Road Dog from Orange County, React, Hudson Valley, saying good evening to everyone. And let me make it official. 41 said that you are officially checked in. Speaking of official check-ins, let's go to SWL 42.
Good evening, Dennis, and all the listeners out there, 42 and the Radio Lifer gang, all here and accounted for. Thank you very much, sir. Back to net.
Back to net. And it's sounding good. You guys were even sounding good on the dummy load today at, I don't know what it was, at the S5. And at 25 over, you're sounding even better. Thanks for checking in. Next, we go to SWL 43. And I did see 44. Did you scroll off my screen already? I know I saw 44. Let me go back. Oh, yeah, checking in from the from the recliner. I like that. He's got the... Oops, what is that? I'm seeing some strange picture here. Oh, I see what's happening. I do not know why that does it on the replay thing. It just... On my replay does weird stuff. So, Ray, I see you. You've got the controls built into the armrest there, and it's looking good. 44 is checked in. Also, let's go to SWL 45, Paul and Kelly. I know you're out there listening. Good Saturday to you. Thanks for joining us. And Bill, on the Wilmington, North Carolina, on a Motorola phone. Oh, no, not one of those. I had one of those when I worked at the TV station. Motorola phone with the push-to-talk and the built-in walkie-talkie. But it didn't have a screen. It looked like a big potato. And you click the button, and it was always, they track you. They would track you. Where are you? Get on the roof. Come down here. I remember that, the Motorola, and it had a name. I'm so glad I do not have that phone anymore, or I'm not attached to that phone. But I do remember the Motorola phone. Let's go to SWL 46. SWL 47.
Good evening from the Radio Lounge, SWO 47, where we're just trying to figure out why everyone sounds so good on a speaker on this particular radio that it probably can't be much more than the size of a deck of cards, but it's working its magic as you are.
I don't know. It's just that that two-way radio magic that the jingle singers talk about. Likewise, you are sounding good, and the X is in the square. Over. And Blood Notes. Yeah, it was Gilligan who liked the coconut cream pie. Marianne made it for him. Now, do you need an oven? Can you make a coconut pie without an oven? And if not, then where was this oven on the island? I don't remember if they had some... I'm sure they did. Some special little thing they did. But we've got them here at the green room. We'll have to ask Gary if they were shipped in from Marianne or Gilligan's Island. Let's go to SWL 48. What's Sammy doing in Madeira? Sometimes he will actually make it in here to Midtown. I would have checked in, though. Okay, you've got the 21st century model there, Bill. It's old LED, Sony cameras and controllers. We didn't have any of that. This was like a big potato that beeped at you. SWL 49. SWL 50. What is Gerald up to tonight? Out there in Battle Creek, Michigan. Cold, the cold ass country, 38, you're kidding. And that's going down to the 20s. That is crazy. It was 90 here today. Tomorrow's going to be 75, and then we're going to get rain. So we're in that, up again. This is where the weather people really have to earn their keep. The 7-day forecast is a no-go. The 3-day forecast is a no-go. If they can go, 12 to 24 hours correctly, they're doing well. Thanks for checking in there, Gerald. Let's go to SWL 51, Dave.
SWL 51 checking in.
51 is checking in and sounding good, beaconing across through the trees and the rocks and everything else to get to my antenna. Thanks. And who's at 511 Bird Nests? Saying hello, radio. Here on the Old Tube Radio Network. Good to have you along. Let's go to SWL 52. Aaron from behind the golden microphone. Or not. Let's go to SWL 53. Did Mr. Belair check in early? I don't remember. I don't have an X for him. Go get him proxy checked in. Got to check in for 54, Larry. Let's go to SWL 55.
55, checking in.
55, sounding good, right on time, and the X is in the square. Thanks.
Thank you, Dennis.
Just for kicks, you know who it might be, 56.
Well, it might be. Good evening, Dennis and the net.
And good evening, right back on a beautiful Saturday evening. I opened the window and I had to close it. There's a breeze starting to blow through, so temperatures are falling. You are sounding good. Got you checked in. And let's go up to the stage, where who just left? A new comic is up there. Oh, it's 23 Skidoo. He says the weather forecasters around here are so bad they can't even get yesterday's weather correct. So 23 is checked in, where it might be raining or not, or the sun could be out. Well, the sun is probably not out. And you know the weather forecasters could get that correct. If you're playing the home game, we're on page 3. Update your list, double zeros, SWL 37. Mr. Chris, he said it's his second time in 40 years at double zero. We'll have a special cupcake for you in the green room. Gary says he borrowed the Costco card for the pies, frozen and thawed. Well, good. I'm glad you used it on pies. The gas... You know, we're trying to not to buy so much gas these days, but if that's what you need, you get 5% back or something. So at least that's a bonus. Let's go to SWL 57. SWL 58. Somebody said proxy and Jeremy. I will do that. SWL 59. I saw 59 in earlier. I think he was doing double duty between here and Old Radio 9. There's the check, UDX 786. Thank you, sir. UH is in SWL 60.
Wow. You came around so quick for me, I didn't realize that we were that far up the ladder. Shame on the mess. Dennis, check in Jake's base here, the 291. We're checking in this evening.
Sounding good, sir. 291. Jake's DX 2527, X in the square, and you're sounding good.
Well, thank you much, Dennis.
Dragnet roll call. Rich is looking for all the blank numbers. There aren't that many these days. There might be a few. SWL 61, we got Dino proxied in. Then we're going to go up to SWL 64. That is Craig, and he was in early and wanted to check in, which we will do. Let's go to SWL 65. SWL 66. SWL 67, Bill up in Canby. Might be listening in. I bet he is. Put an X in the square. He should pop up on the screen. Hello to Chris, a.k.a. Noah, Mountain Living. Thanks for joining us. The Old Tube Radio Network. We will be talking with some of those great classic radios after the net here. After the net. After the roll call, during the net. I was hearing myself. Let's go to SWL 69. And Kenny was in earlier. He was saying hello to everybody listening in on the pre-net feed. Yeah, we have a pre-net feed. If you go to oldtubradio.net, trying to bring up the audio so people can check their radios. It doesn't show up on the YouTube thing, but I guess it's unlisted. Is that what it is? But if you click over on the main page there, it'll get you in. Let's go to SWL 70. It's Mark up in Prather. Probably enjoying the good weather out there. SWL 71. Stan in Dallas, Georgia. Looking to see if he's on the list here. Might be. SWL 72.
Station.
The station, go ahead, over.
Evening time, Dennis, 188, checking in from the Mobile. If I can get an early check-in.
No problem. The Mobile is sounding bodacious, better than the ones I heard from the Mini-Grass this afternoon, and we'll put 188 with the X in the square. Thanks.
10-4, evening time, go.
That is a good sounding mobile radio, 188. Thanks. Let's go over to SWL 72. SWL 73. Somebody said get a check-in for John, and I will do that. He's also got a check-in for 74, Miss Jilly. SWL 76. SWL 77.
Good evening, Dennis, and all the listeners. 77 on a nice old tube radio. Checking in.
All right, we will find out more about that. Thanks for the reminder that, indeed, the Old Tube Radio Network does talk to those classic old tube radios, our collectors, who have anywhere from 1 to 101. Often stop by and say, hey, let me take a transmission, see how we sound. Here's what I'm doing. And that's what we will be doing here in a little bit. And if possible, we'll also try and give a photo or a picture, a shot of the radio, or maybe the actual radio checking in. So you can kind of, if you're not familiar with what these classic radios were all about 40, 50, 60 years ago, we'll help you out with that. Or maybe you owned one or would like to own one. But that's a good thing about the Old Tube Radio Network is we'll try and do all that. All right, thanks, sir. We should have the jingle singers playing for this check-in. SWL 78, Wild Wildemar beaconing in from afar, up the 5 and the 118 and the 99 and the whatever it is to get up to, you can tell I'm a California guy, to get up here to Fresno. Thank you, Richard. The X is in the square. I wasn't listening too much this week. Didn't hear you on the 35.235 net, but I know you were there, and you are right here. So we got the X in the square. Yeah, third caller. We're taking the third caller. I think you won the pass to be the fifth caller next time. He's not a first-time caller. He's definitely not a first-time listener. Let's go to SWL 79. Where is Mr. DC? I didn't even hear him on the pre-show. He must have people to see and places to go. SWL 80. SWL 81. SWL 82.
Good evening, SWL 82 checking in from the ditch banks of Biola.
And sounding good from the ditch banks of Biola. Thanks for checking me in last night. It was nice to actually be able to get into the air chair. We got another Second Friday concert coming up, which would be, it'll be next week, I guess. Is it already? Because we already had a Friday this week, huh? So it'll be next week. So I'll miss it. I will miss it next week. But talking about the Ditch Banks sideband net on Friday here in the Central Valley of California, 27365, that 36 lower sideband. If you've got the LSB USB switch on your radio, turn it on to LSB and join Ron and the gang out there on Friday evenings at 8 p.m. Pacific time. He's also got a spot for visitor check-ins, and he's got a great transmitter and receiver, and you are bound to be heard if you check in. Thanks. We are on page 4, looking for SWL 83. Jay-Z out of Sylvania, Ohio. Got some great photos from Jay-Z's collection. To pull a few of those up tonight. Anybody else buffering? Doing that buffering thing. I'll try not to move. I'll try and stand still so the net web won't have to try and interpolate things. We've also got a check-in for SWL 84, 86, 87, and 88. That is, of course, Jerry Cheerios Kid, the Mountain Maid, Tandy Girl, and Snowy Owl, respectively, I guess you would say. In that particular order. Let's go up to Mr. Felix, SWL 91. I'm not sure. I don't think I saw him in early. Sometimes he will pop in early. I will check the list. He's usually hanging out at Old Radio Night as well. And if it's buffering, we might have a lot of late check-ins coming in. So I will check the chart. So if you were part of the buffer monster, we'll get you checked in. And Gerald said he had a timeout. That's a different kind of timeout. that wasn't buffering. I think they saw you taking too many cupcakes out of the green room. That will get you a timeout. Let's go to SWL 92. SWL 93 checked in early. Coming up to the infamous. I say that because it says, they say right here, it says the infamous. That's what's on the cue card. The infamous SWL 95. Could be buffering. Speaking of buffering, all right, let's go to 67. That is one big buffer. Hey, Bill, I see you. X is in the square. Maybe that's why I go to my other screen, and it is just doing wacky stuff. Have I gotten something turned on here that I shouldn't have? I don't know. It won't even play. That's why we pay the big bucks here for whatever it is we have. Fiber. Some type of internet thing. Unless I'm checking for flames. I'm looking behind me to see if there's a fire going on. You know, one of those bad kind of fires. Let's go to SWL 96. What's Bozo Control doing? Is he playing some game? He's got the big computer on. We'll never get through. 96. Let's go to SWL 97. Are they buffering in Boston? We don't know. SWL 98. And we'll get Tracy checked in. On the ditch banks, or on the, rather, the Central Valley Sea Beers page, usually what I do when the promos come up for the ditch banks net or the Old Tube Radio net, I'll just watch the video. I'll turn the sound down. And I'll get my first chuckle by watching whatever's on the video, whatever crazy things the video is doing, and then I'll turn the sound up for the second time and say, oh, okay. That's what's supposed to be happening. SWL 99. Yeah, I hate doing this with the pencil, but it doesn't run out of ink. I can barely see what I'm doing. Is this a number 2? What kind of pencil is this? Oh, Office Depot. No wonder. And it's a number 2 HB. What does HB mean? Hardly bearable? I don't know. I've never seen a number 2 HB. And we are not sponsored by Office Depot, so I can say bad things about their pencils. Let's go to SWL 100. I'm looking to see. Echolink is working. All right. Well, I don't see Tony, but I will get an X in the square. And while I'm here, let me try an Echolink because I see Alice on. All We'll try an echo link. It looked like it's working, Al. KI6CBA, KB6GFD. Check a transmission on the echo link. See if we can raise Alan Sparks, Nevada, on the echo link. He's there.
Just check to make sure it works first.
Yeah. It is working. Over. Well, it was working. Yeah, the echo link is working. Over. It worked for one time.
Oh, there it goes.
There
I
it goes.
have to push the button to make it talk. Oh, this is great. Anyway, I'm looking forward to the radios that are coming up tonight. I always get a good boost, and it's a good morale, and gets me more interested in radios the more I see. So I just want to say thank you for what you do and all the shortwave listeners. Okay, 73.
And likewise, 73, shortwave listeners checking in now, listening in. Of course, you don't have to be on any piece of paper or whatever to check in. Always appreciate when you stop by to say hi, like yourself, and radio's coming up. So thanks for joining us tonight. 73, KI6CBA, KB6G, FD, over. Back to the roll call. And that takes us to John. John is always saying, oh, when the Echolink ends, I got to be here. And there he is out in Scranton, Arkansas, checking in. Hello to all the SWLs. And see if we can find us at Ticonderoga pencil. Yeah, the good kind. And what were those rulers, those really nice birch rulers with the little metal edge on them that we used to get in grade school? Get some good stuff here. You know, let me see. Let me see if this bends. Some of these are really. Oh no, this is not too bad. This doesn't bend. Some of them are not even wood. They're some type of fiber. So I think this is an actual. Maybe this is an old. Maybe that's why it's not working so well. It's an old pencil. It needs to be sharpened. So, all right, I take back. I take back what I said about Office Depot. If the pencil is actually wood, or a reasonable facsimile thereof, it's wood flavor. It should be okay. Thank you, John, for checking in. And I'll look forward to the pencil. Let's go to SWL 103. Joey's out in South Carolina. Furia, hello from Paradise. Hop, skip, and a jump from Chico, Orland, all those fun places. Hope all is well up there. You guys are probably getting whatever storm we're going to get sooner than we get. Let's go to shortwave listener 109. Somebody said he put a proxy in for Crawdad. I think they did that last night on the Ditch Banks net, so we'll do that. SWL 110. Faber-Castell made slide rules. I had a slide rule. I really did. And I have no idea where it is. I know I didn't sell it or give it away. It's in a box somewhere. Don't ask me if I remember how to do 2 times 3. And it'll show up. Well, look at this 6. This is pretty cool, this slide rule thing. Where do you put the batteries in? SWL 111. Robert checked in early on the net. I didn't hear him direct. Sometimes I will. And Dwayne just got back in. Did you get your hand stamped? They're doing that. When you leave, it's like Disneyland now. They stamp your hand, and you come back in and put on a little infrared and get you in. Thanks for coming back. The food here is better. The snacks are good. That's why you always come back. SWL 113. Alnerman says, I bet we can make it bend. You can make it bend, and then you're going to hear a little snap, like a relay on a Tram Titan. SWL 114.
114, Sergeant N.
All right, it's just plain rickshaw tonight. One check-in, but you're looking good doing it. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Dennis, for the check-in.
It's kind of nice. It's kind of nice to be off the hook, but you know, another 8 weeks could put you right back in the chair. Thanks. Let's go up to John, SWL 128, and John had an early call and a busy day, so he's going to watch the replay. 128 from Fairfax, Virginia, where it's later than you think out there. We got the X in the square. SWL 131 made me think. Shortwave listener 135.
Okay. Hello there. SWL 135. Checking in from the CB Cabana, where there are many neighbors and insects. We got all kinds of insects out here tonight.
You notice that when it gets warm, although the breeze is coming up, the temperature went down fast, but maybe we'll get June bugs. Remember when we used to have June bugs all over? They'd be stuck to your jacket and your hair and the screen door. And last couple of years, no June bugs. It's a little bit early for that. They're okay. They just make that hissy noise. But you're sounding good. Thanks for braving the bugs, and we'll be back to you to find out more about that radio in moments. Next, we are heading up to Tony, SWL 145. I will give Tony a check-in. I heard him Wednesday night? Friday night? He was somewhere, and I believe he sent us some questions. Where to have the question machine up and running. So I will get to those, maybe at the end of the roll call we'll go through. As usual, I have not looked at them yet, so I'm sure I will be misreading them as I always do once I can find them. Yeah, okay, I see that they are there. Coming up to, Neil was in early. I should have checked him in. I was going to do that, and then I was talking too much. SWO 147, Neil, I've got you checked in. I know you were in there earlier, so I will look and see what it was that was going on in Kakalaki during the week. But I bet the conditions were a bit better than they have been. And no buffering in Chicago. They don't allow that. I don't think they allow that in Chicago. Wind, okay, but buffering, they don't like. And hello from WF Occupied Canada. Glad to be here again. Well, glad to have you back. Going to have some good radios tonight. And somebody wants to add a question. Oh, add a question to the list. Okay, I get you. Let's try that. We'll do that. Maybe I'll be able to answer one. I think I hear hippopotamus coming in. So let's get the roll call going. SWL 188, Bobby checked in via his bodacious mobile. Let's go up to Course Gold, SWL 195. Yeah, we got to get in before Australia does their thing. You are sounding good, sir. I've got the X in the square. All right, Jim, the Course Gold Starliner coming in with Australia there. So it must, no, it's not their gray line. I don't know what's going on. Oh, somebody asked about the map. It's probably Richie, like long ago. Let me look at number 1 map here. Looking at the DX map, it should be right here. All right, and there it is. One, like, what is it? Utah, Colorado, 52. That's 6 meters. That's the only opening? Is this updated? Let's go out to the ocean. Let's go out to the Pacific. No, nothing there. Keep going. Nothing there. All right. Well, I just want to make sure that it's doing its thing. I've got another map. The break OTR. Go ahead. Over.
Yeah, SWL 52 behind the golden microphonium.
All right, behind the golden microphonium. I've got your X in the square. The Australia stations are coming in, but I hear you even better.
Very good, sir. Thank you. And time to go for a walk around the neighborhood. Catch you later.
All right, yeah, it's a little breezy now. It should be a nice jog or a little walk. So great stuff. Thanks for checking in.
Break OTR.
The break OTR. Go ahead, over.
Yeah, good evening there, Dennis. 53 checking in kind of late there, break.
No problem. I like the way this is in order. 52 checks in, and then 53 comes in. I feel like we're doing a retro roll call again. I've got you in, sir. Excellent square.
Thank you very much. You have a great weekend. Bye-bye, 73.
All right, we'll get 52 and 53. There's the other map, and it shows that we should have short hop to San Diego. Anybody down in Southern California? Richard, go to 27085. Are we doing some ducting or something? I don't know. All right, let's get back to the control room here so we can get to the radios. 195 is in. We also got, let me make it official. Let me get to the control room here. So we had a 52 and a 53. So Aaron and the legend, all right, and 195. That takes us to, Robert, SWL 223.
Hello, Dennis.
Wow.
Does this thing sound okay? SWL 223 mobile.
Yeah, you're like 15 over, looking good on the meter, and I had to readjust my headphones. You're so loud. Over.
Okay, very good. I will have a radio when you're ready.
All right, good deal. Little precursor, little promo, as we say, a little teaser back in the thing for stay tuned to find out more about that bodacious, we say that on the 11-meter band, the bodacious sounding radio. Thank you, Robert.
And I sent you a picture also, or uploaded a picture.
Oh, good. Thanks for the heads up on that. I will make sure it gets into the process mode. And there it is. So we'll go ahead and get that refreshed and ready to go. Oh. That's the one. Let me do something here. I deleted something, or maybe not. I'll have to see if it showed up. Okay, we'll see. It looks like it's there. Yeah, okay, I'm pretty sure that's it. It went into delete mode for some reason. I was like, no. The roll call. Let me get the roll call going here. SWL 226. It's almost like I've done this before. And anybody else that needs a check-in that I might have missed. Richard says no signals in Southern California on 27085. I didn't think so. That map is not looking good. All right, let's go to the questions. And we may have an extra. So there may be a bonus question today. Oh, okay, there is one, and I can answer that. Who's one in California? Over. Okay. Question number one. This is multiple choice. Which manufacturer produced the SR-2000 Hurricane? And you all know this one. I'll give you a hint because that manufacturer has checked in many radios on the old Tube Radio Network, and I believe that manufacturer will be checking in, but you don't know this, will be checking in some radios tonight. So which manufacturer produced the SR-2000 Hurricane? Was it A, Hammarlund, B, Heathkit, C, Halicrafters? Notice there's a lot of H's in there. That's another hint. A lot of H's. Or D, Johnson. The SR-2000 Hurricane, was it Hammarlund A, Heathkit B, Halicrafters C, or E.F. Johnson D?
C, Halicrafters.
All right, we got a C for Halicrafters. I think that's probably what I would go for. Beagleman says C. It was one of their later radios, the SR-2000 Hurricane. It was a special radio because it actually had a, 2,000-watt DC input. I don't know what the tubes were, but it was one of the very, very, very few transceivers, and I'm sure it had a separate power supply, I think, that would do legal limit right out of the case. Called it the Hurricane SR-2000. I very, very rarely hear any of those on ham radio. And just because I can, let me see if I go to the Rolodex. We'll take a little time here since we're talking about one of my favorite companies and see if we have the SR-2000 in the Rolodex. I don't have any SR anything. SX. It's all the receivers. S2000. All right, I don't have a picture, but if I did, or maybe I do, I'll get it to you. Okay, next question. Okay, and this is just, you got to know it or not. What were baldies? BALDIES. Anybody have, let me make it easy. Anybody have a set of baldies? Anybody, as he taps the things across his ear, anybody have any baldies? A Baldwin Type-C headphone called baldies. Are those really horrible plasticky ones that hurt your ears that we used to use at the TV station? I like my, what are these? I don't know. Sennheisers? Not sure what these are. They're definitely not, they're definitely not baldies. All right, let's go to the other question from Matambale. Why did OTR choose channel 11? Simple, I'll try to keep it in 25 words or more. Most of the tube CB radios at the time, and this was 1983-84, would typically have channel 11 in them. Why would you say that? Well, there are some radios that only had one channel. They, one channel, non-selectable. Some of them had multiple A, B, C, D, E. But typically, if it came with a channel, a crystal, which they usually did, it would have been channel 11, 27085, because that was, in theory, a call channel. Call your station, KEO 8492 to whatever. And I think 11 and 12 were intra stations, where one station call could call another station call. And then you can move your call off to another channel. So I think 11 and 12 and 13 were intra-station calls. And I'm pretty sure that is why that happened, because we knew that just about everybody, if you found a radio, would have channel 11 in it somewhere unless somebody took it out. And that's what we did. And then if we didn't have it, we had a big box of crystals we'd give you if we could get you on channel 11. So that's it. That's why, because it was considered a call channel, and just about everybody's got channel 11 if they got an old tube radio. Okay, I am going to jump out for a second, make sure everything is good, nothing's burning up. Be right back into the air chair, and we will be doing what we do best on the Old Tube Radio Network, and that is taking your tube radio check-ins. And we've got a couple tonight that sound tubeful and exciting. Back in a moment. I'm going to go see if I can sharpen this pencil.
Boy, there's Twain Hart, California coming in. TN4, yep, he's getting ready to check in the old radios here. Name here is Ron, and I'm SWO82, and we are about 10 miles west of Fresno. for you. You got that tall antenna. It's bringing me in, I guess.
We got some skip coming in.
10-4, all right.
Where was he at, Ron?
Swainhart.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I had a good copy on him.
Up in the hills? Yeah. I usually hear those guys on 40 meters. It's nice to have a, maybe we got some good ground wave this evening. All right, stand by. Here come the tube radios.
You may not find us on your TV because in case you did not know, we're being brought to you by
OTR.
Brought to you by
27.085 megahertz.
Brought to you by RADI.
The Old Tube Radio Network.
The Old Tube Radio Network, real radio's glowing in the dark. I am back. Let me clear everything out here. We're going to go to radios, and Frodex is on. Frodex is in the house here, so everybody give an applaud to Frodex, who's on the chat. And were it not for Frodex and whatever he magically, it's like the Magic Kingdom, whatever he magically was able to do, we would probably not have the net going on right now. We had to change some server boxes, and so any of you who are watching through the Universal Media Net Web or checking in not over the air, Frodex was able to, the equivalent of soldering all the wires together and getting things to work, and maybe even work better than before. So we are indebted to Frodex for that. But we are back here. I went and sharpened the pencil for the pencil saga. The place where I live, the house here, was owned previously by a university professor. And I have an honest-to-goodness pencil sharpener in a closet where you open it up and it's got the handle and it's got the teeth, and you turn the handle. And so I sharpened the number 2 Office Depot semi-pencil here, and it works a lot better. So thank you, Dr. Strong, and the pencil sharpener that has probably been in that cabinet for nigh unto 70 years. Next thing we're going to do, if we ever do it, will be talk to you and the radios and the thing that OTR does best. So OTR is listening for any and all tube radio check-ins.
223, 223.
135.
77.
All right, I've got 4 in a row, and I put them in this order, going reverse. Joe, you will be radio 4 on the list, so stand by. We'll give you a call. Dennis, you'll be on the number 3 spot, the ever-popular 3 spot. We'll be back to you. 135, hello, Cliff. You will be right after this guy coming up, 223. Robert, step up into the air chair. You are sounding good. And let me make sure that I didn't delete, because you said you had a picture. I'm pretty sure it's here, of the radio we were about to hear. Take a transmission.
Okay, very good. Yeah, hopefully I'm not over driving this thing. But anyway, from Chicago, Illinois, probably the most inefficient radio ever. A whopping 1.6 watts of carrier and 4 watts peak with 90 watts of AC drive out of 11 tubes. This is the Halicrafters CB1.
All right, got some good Halicrafter style audio, CB1, and you know what? It did delete it. It was there, and so when I refreshed it, it went away. I have a picture. I have a really good picture. Unfortunately, it is not yours that you uploaded. So at some point, I'm sure you got a great picture. Do it again, but I will use this one from 135. Let me put it up on the full page screen here. The CB1 is and we talked about Halicrafters producing a 2,000 watt ham radio. So let's go back. Let's go back to 1959. The 11 meter band is now Class D. It is no longer in their HT32 on the band spread, and they have to go and figure out how to do a 5 watt DC input radio. So Halicrafters figures it out with the CB1. This has got to be the most simple yet efficient radio ever built. Back to you.
Yeah, sorry. This is a two-handed radio. It's like the high school intercom. Press the big lever and hold the microphone. I was fumbling around trying to upload a picture. It looks like on AllTube Radio Net the picture is up there. Maybe you don't have it for the stream, but I can re-upload it if you need it.
Yeah, let me look, because I've got a separate image spot for that, and it was there earlier on my refresh, and then the delete thing came up, and I thought, well, it's not going to do that. But now when I go back to bring it up, it is not there. So I wonder if it got that's weird. I wonder if it got put into the dashboard database. I will see, because I might be able to, if I can figure out where everything is, to redo that. But in the meantime, I do have a picture of the CB1. If you get yours up to reload, I will do that. So here we go. Just like you said, it's got a push-to-talk bar like an intercom. It's got an on-off switch. I don't even know if it has a squelch, and it's one channel. We were talking about, in fact, it was the question, why did we pick channel 11? This is why we picked channel 11, because the radios that came out super early may have only had one crystal, one channel. And I'm pretty sure that if it had one, if it came from the factory from Chicago, Illinois, it probably had channel 11. No S meter, but it's got the magic iTube, which I will ask you, is that showing incoming signal, or is that showing your modulation? Over.
It doesn't appear to be showing incoming signal, but because it's fairly dark here in the truck, it does glow a little bit red. I think it's conveying either the tube itself, the tube filament, or it's passing through some of the tube or the light from the other tube filaments. Yeah, this is very simple. On-off, push-to-talk, magic eye, and a nice jewel indicator.
And that was, in theory, the theory for Class D. It was supposed to be citizen band. It wasn't supposed to be complicated. You didn't need to take a test. You just had to pay to license the station and then not talk about hobby communications. There was restrictions on the power. There was restrictions on the antenna height. And so the radios were supposed to be simple. Now, what Halicrafters did was look in their shelves and say, hey, we have these speaker cabinets and these, what was it, a Kier? I think they had a CW Kier. I don't know if this cabinet is from a speaker or a Kier, but there's probably like a TA or a TO something Kier. If you look that up, that cabinet's going to look very similar as to what they put in for the CB1. The audio is typical of the CB1s. It's you got to be careful to not overdrive it because it will get a bit scratchy. I don't have a scope to see if it's flat topping or not, and there is a hardwired microphone on the picture we're showing. Now, yours, I'm not sure if you're using the supplied microphone or if you've wired something else in.
I backed off a little bit. I played around with this, and it seemed to sound better with me really heating the microphone, but when I do that, the Magic Eye tube is just pegged solid. This is Cliff's radio, or used to be. I got this from Cliff, so this may be the first time, if he can hear me, that Cliff is actually hearing this radio on its air, or on the air live. I did re-upload the picture. I was trying to figure out why it wasn't uploading, but it was waiting for me to put some text in, and so it doesn't have any text or anything, but I re-uploaded the picture. I could be mistaken, but this cabinet, there may be some other things, as you mentioned, that use this cabinet, but this cabinet reminds me very much of the 6 and 2 meter transverters for Halicrafters, HA2 and HA6 or something like that. And I could be mixing something up, but this I have seen this cabinet before. It seems similar.
Yeah, probably. I'll have to see if we got a picture of that. All right, well, that's interesting because the picture I have is the radio, because this is Cliff's radio from his picture. And then I'm going to update it with the refresh, and it's showing the same Halicrafters almost dynamic ceramic crystal microphone. There is the update from the configuration with the Magic Eye tube. So it is in the, I guess, standard idling position. And we'll go back to the other one because it's actually on. So you've got it. All right. Now, I wonder why this radio sounded familiar. CB1. I will see what I can find out about it, but it's doing good. So yeah, the back off actually is a little bit better. It's still loud and it's a little less shrill. And someone asking, and again, is the radio squelched when you stop transmitting? Obviously, you're hearing the receive incoming, but do you have any way to squelch the receive on that radio? Over.
No, I hear white noise. And yeah, the mic. If the mic is not hardwired, there's a RCA connector on the back. So this has looks like the original cord. I was working last weekend. I was going to try and check this in last weekend, but because of the rain, I have a 1940s D104, unamplified D104, and I was trying to get that wired up to see if that sounded, just for a comparison versus the stock microphone, but other things going on and nothing happened with that.
Break.
All right, interesting. And a couple of the listeners say it sounds off frequency. I checked the frequency. It's 2708484, so it's maybe about 150 cycles, so that's well within my receiver. And the reason it does it because it's so shrill. It almost has like a little bit of sideband component coming in with the audio, because there is absolutely, with that microphone, there is no low frequencies whatsoever. This would be the consummate Bob Heil HC something element where, you know, your audio starts at about 300 hertz and peaks out at about 2100 hertz. So certainly big DX audio, and I can see why it was making the I don't know if that's a 6RE13, but the Magic Eye tube blinking and winking, because you've got lots of audio. There was a braking station. Let me pick up the brake, and then we'll come right back to you. The braking station, go ahead.
I just had a couple of corrections and comments.
Yeah, hi, Cliff. The corrections and comments, go ahead.
Okay, where do I begin? First of all, that's a 6E5 Magic Eye modulation indicator. That's all it does. It indicates your outgoing modulation. Unfortunately, it does not do receive. What's the other? Oh, yeah, squelch. Look in the back, and if you see a little white plastic, like a flathead screwdriver adjustment, that is your squelch. You have to set it with a screwdriver from the back of the radio, and that is your. So it does have a squelch, but not right where you can get at it.
Robert, did you hear that?
Yeah, thanks, Cliff. I haven't looked very much at the back, but and I don't normally squelch radio, so I wasn't really looking for that. But that's good to know. There were a couple things on the back. There was I think it has a headphone socket or something, or I haven't spent much time with this radio, so just brought it up, warmed it up, and when I was listening to it on the net last week, your audio sounded very off compared to everybody else, and I thought it was because of your wide bandwidth. But actually, that's not the case today, and I think it's just because I had it on the Variac, and I had it out at about 110 volts, so I think it needed a little bit more voltage. It just wasn't working quite right or whatever. But your audio sounds fine now with it running on 125 or whatever volts.
All right, good. Good to know that. If you watch the YouTube replay, I've got a split up so you can kind of see the S meter as it's incoming, see what it kind of for modulation it has, and then I've got the Orban meter for loudness. It is certainly loud. It just has no low frequency, so it has a very DX sound to the audio. From 1959, so of course it was September 11th of 1958 where Class D was official for the FCC. Halicrafters didn't waste any time getting this radio out, the CB1 little phone. It is in Sam's Book 1, page 59. No surprise there. And I'm looking at the tube complement. It has 11 tubes. Wow. So it's all 6-volt tubes. It does have a 11 tube, the rectifier tube of 5Y3GT. So it's got a rectifier and 65. Thank you, Cliff. That is the modulation indicator. And I'm looking at the output modulator, 6K6 detector, converter. So pretty cool. So I think it doesn't say it's got mobile, but maybe it was set up for 6 volts, a 6-volt operation. Anyway, it's sounding good. It is one of the rarer radios, one of the odd radios when you look at the function. Like you said, it looks more like a intercom for a school, but pretty cool. And it's good to know that radio is hanging around the Central Valley here, because it's been one of our favorites for the last 40 years. Back to you.
All right. I have one question for Cliff before I tear down here. I'm wondering, Cliff, if you've ever run this with any other microphones, or Dennis, if you remember if it sounded, if there's a different sound with another microphone, or if this is only run the stock hand mic.
Go ahead, Cliff. Over.
I've only ever run it with the little plastic Halicrafters hand mic. I think might ask Harvey, because I think he's got one too, and I think he successfully ran a D104 on it. Back to you.
All right, thank you. I'm going to tear down now. By the way, this thing really warms up the truck. All right, Delta 510, SWL 223. Good evening, all.
All right, thanks. Good transmission. And yeah, I guess that would be, somebody even mentioned, that would be a little chore if you had to run that mobile between pressing the push to talk and holding the microphonium and trying everything else. So sounds good. You'll hear the replay, and I do recall Cliff always had some very punchy audio when he checked in as well, but I don't know. I wonder if that's a ceramic, dynamic, crystal microphone. It reminds me that the microphones that used to come in the little reel-to-reel tape recorders. But Halicrafters wanted to get in the mix for the Class D Citizen Radio, and so this was it. This is how things started, and later on they had trams and Brownings and Buddies. But if you were true to form and you were going to use your call letters and ask Unit 2 to pick up a loaf of bread, this radio probably would have been just fine. Thanks for bringing it by. The Halicrafters CB1 and the early days of 1959 and Class D radio. Thanks, Robert, for that. Speaking of 135, Cliff, thanks for your info on that. You know it well. Speaking of that, what other radio is on your shelf tonight? It's over to you.
Oh, Harvey keyed in there. Go ahead, Harvey.
Amplified D104, plugged it in, had it keyed up, pushed the bar, worked great.
So it plugs right in. You can plug it in, or if you have the right connector.
Roger, just a phono connector. Just plug it in, and I just locked the amplified mic on, and it then keyed up, and then 5-minute conversation at the most. Just leave the mic keyed up and go back and forth. Works fine.
Excellent. All right. Thanks for that, and thanks, Robert, for uploading that photo on the fly. I have a feeling I did something to delete it because I know it was there, and it is there now. So doing a good job. Thank you, Harvey. And Cliff, over to you. Over.
Okay. Well, one last comment on the CB1. that is a Halicrafters speaker box. I have a speaker. I can't remember the designator off the top of my head. I'd have to go look it up, but I think it's R47 or R47A. Whatever it is, it's the matching speaker for the SX122. And if you look at that and then look at the CB1, there's no doubt it's the same thing. Even the the black perf metal material, in front of the speaker, it's identical to the same perf metal that's on the CB1. So no doubt about that. Anyways, this is SWL 135 out here in the CB Cabana, where it's getting a little windy now.
It is getting windy.
With another radio from Chicago, Illinois. This is the Halicrafters CB3A. And let's see, I have the optional and Harvey illuminated S meter, which also acts kind of as a modulation indicator. There are 7 tubes in this thing, so they got more efficient as they went on, I suppose. And there are 8 channels on this, and this is channel A on this particular one. It's channels A through H, and I have a very quick thing to read out of the manual for this radio for that.
All right, that will be good. CB3A. So do you get the idea that in 1959, Halicrafters was not only they manufacture amateur radio gear, transmitters, receivers, they did televisions, they did radios, all sorts of things. So it's 1959, and somebody says in Chicago, what do you think about this Class D thing? Is it even worth our effort? And so they cobble together, they go out and say, we've got these speaker cases. So they cobble together a system, one channel, put the squelch in the back. It's just, I don't know. This CB thing, this 11-meter, it's probably not going to go over. So let's not spend a lot of money. It's 1959. We know how to build a transceiver. So let's do it. Probably make it at the $159 prices. Nobody's going to pay that. And so a couple of them sell, and it catches on. And now it is 1962, 1963. And they're realizing that this is a thing. And so here is, 3 years later, what they do. They've added S meters, they've added channels, they put the squelch up front, all sorts of good stuff. So with CB is a happening thing. Halicrafters has no shame, like some of the companies might saying, well, we're still going to produce amateur gear, but we're going to produce 11-meter stuff as well, kind of keep it a little bit separate, and never the twain shall meet. Anyway, back to you for the info.
Okay. Let's see. You were talking about this earlier, so this is still on topic. Let check this out. This is right out of page 1 of the manual for the CB3A. The model CB3A is supplied ready for immediate operation on channel 11, and in parentheses it says 27.085 megacycles, or operation on any of the 8 channels is instantly possible by installing, transmitting, and receiving crystals for the desired additional channels in the sockets provided. But there it is. This thing came, as I'm operating it now, in the channel A position with a channel 11 crystal. Back to you.
Answering our question, and again, that is the reason we picked channel 11, because from the factory on a multi-channel radio such as this, they got to give you something, instantly ready. Their crystal is there. It's on channel 11, probably installed in slot A. And there you go. This got the lowercase red H Halicrafters logo that was all throughout the 60s for the Chicago, and maybe even some of the stuff when they farmed out to making them overseas. I think they still used that same logo. Additions to this, as Cliff mentioned, they managed to get rid of a couple of tubes. The rectifier tube is gone for sure. And the output modulator is 12AQ5. This is now in CB Sam's Book 5. It will run 12-volt DC So there's probably a cable or special cable connector in the back. It does the 110 to 120 volt AC. It was in 1963. There was a CB3 and a CB3A. They heavily advertised the 3A. 1963 for $159.95. Somebody out there can do the conversion of what's $160 in 1963 as opposed to today. Still not very cheap, but gets you on the air, sounding good. And someone is asking, what microphone are you using on this 3A?
Yes. I was just going to get to that. As pictured, this is the handheld plastic unamplified original microphone. It's for all the world. If you look at it, it's probably is a Turner 350. Probably made by Turner for Halicrafters. Except of course this one has the what do you call it? Yeah, the lowercase h in the meatball area.
Nice. It's almost like a suppressed carrier audio. You're keying at S7, moving the meter up to 5 dB over S9 with some very nice sounding audio with the supplied stock microphonium. Let me go to the full page picture here. Now we talk about a radio that you have to go to the back and adjust the squelch. Now it's 1963 and they're starting to put in extras, but it's like a car. Back then, radio, heater, white wall tires, a lot of extra stuff. You can buy your car without all that. And so they take that to heart here on the Halicrafters, and you can buy the radio, and then they have 2 slots on either side of the channel selector. Let me get a close-up here if you're watching the video, where the panel, there's 2 screws, the panel comes out, and you can insert, and I think one of them would be a receive VFO, and the other would be an S meter. These are add-ons for $15 or $20 to keep the price down, and I believe your radio has the add-on S meter. Over.
Comment.
The comment, go ahead.
That would be $1,670 today.
All right. I knew this is a bit of change, but we got to have our radios. Go ahead, Cliff.
Wow, and yet this one will be cheap at twice the price. This radio is also for sale for $100 with a nice copy of the manual and the microphone as pictured, working on most channels. And yeah, they put the squelch right there in the middle. You have your channel selector, squelch, and volume, reading from left to right. And did I forget to mention earlier, yeah, this is a little phone. I think I said CB3A, but I failed to mention little phone. What was I supposed to talk about?
And in fact, the CB1 also was a little phone, but I looked on the cover. I don't think it says it on the front, but when you pull up the ad, it calls it a little phone. This one, of course, they put it right on the front, Citizen's little phone. And we're talking about the options. This radio had the ability, if you unscrew, I guess there's 2 screws on the front panel there on either side of the channel selector, to add, and you have one of them, which is the S meter. The other side was a VFO, a receive VFO. I'm thinking they had some connectors that plugged in. It was easy to do. You could open the top like a lunchbox, get these accessories in for another $15 or $20, and you were good to go.
Yeah, see, this is what happens when you talk about 12 things before turning it back over to me. I'm going to forget half of them. I have the optional S meter, which also kind of acts as a power meter. It bounces up and down. The needle for these things is spring-loaded. So both receive and transmit audio shows up on the meter as doing. I think some of the Brownings do that too. The vertical meter, and so that was the one knockout option that we put in here. Harvey put this in, and he is the one who put the light bulb in there so it's illuminated. Ordinarily, that would not be illuminated. Now, all the way over to the left is where you would put the VFO. It had a receive VFO option, which I never did get. Back to you.
I would think it might be hard to find one of those sitting around new in the box. So if anybody's looking for one of these, or you come across one, the radio plane is the radio with both panels on either side of the channel selector. The options would be the S meter and or the VFO, and they plugged in. So if you're looking for one, you see one that's got both. What happened here? Both controls or both panels open. You've got both options. This one has the S meter. Plus, it's modded with a light, and a bright light it is.
Oh yeah, it works very nicely. And I forgot to mention, you briefly mentioned, and I'm sure Dennis number 2 Electric Boogaloo has also mentioned it with his version of this one. The flip lock latches on the sides. That is one of the best ideas anybody ever had for a radio. They suggested you did anyway, right? I mean, eventually you're going to have to replace tubes. You're going to want to put in or take out, different crystals. So you need easy access. And it's a hinged top. There's a hinge in the back, and you just use the flip lock latches and just open the thing. It's great instead of having to sit there and deal with 30 or 40 screws. Back to you.
Yeah, we talked about it. Designed by engineers to be worked on by engineers, and not to, it's still functional in the front. All right, one more question. I see it has a mobile mounting, or the mic, I don't know if it's mobile, but it's the mic mounting bracket, and it is screwed right in the front of the radio. So I bet that is how it came. There's probably 2 little holes to put that in there. Looks like it's sort of put on purposely so you could grab the microphonium where you to be driving in the car. And then next to the channel selector, and I'm going to go to the close-up, there is, what is that? There's a round circle thing next to the channel selector. Is that some type of a light or I can't tell what that is.
Oh yeah, that is the transmit indicator, and it also flashes as a modulation indicator when you speak. Sorry, I did not have that going in the picture. But yeah, that's what it's neon, and it glows, neon colored.
All right, good answer. I don't know if I've ever even asked that question before with that radio. I just noticed it, and I thought, well, that's not the microphone, because the microphone is on the other side. All right, Radio 2. Halicrafters CB3A. Halicrafters and I talk about the Hurricane H2000 with the 2,000 watt DC input. Then come down to your Class D radio in 1959 when Halicrafters says, maybe. And then 4 years later, they've got all sorts of radios going on with extra S meters and VFOs, and just like buying an automobile. Pretty cool for $159 back in 1973. If you go to oldtuberadio.com, I see there's a Halicrafters CB3A schematic PDF you could take a look at if you wanted to download that. And other than that, it's live and direct. Sounding good. Thanks, Cliff. Always enjoy the Halicrafters.
Thanks for letting me check it in. And, I wanted to mention, the mic hanger thing. When I first got it, I thought, oh my God, some idiot drilled holes in this thing to mount the microphone there. No, again, as I mentioned, I have the manual, and there's a picture of it, as usual. And the mic hanger isn't there, but there are 2 little screws. They even provide you with the little screws right there. To put the mic hanger on there. So that was a factory thing, which, like I say, when I first got this, I thought was very confusing. There's no way that was, stock, and it is.
There's a method to the madness. Probably another engineering thing. It says, just put it in the front. That's where you're going to be grabbing it. And if you want to take it off, the screws are right there. Good stuff. Thank you. Thank you, Cliff. The Halicrafters CB3A little phone, or Citizens little phone.
Break 1-1.
They break 1-1. Go ahead. Over.
Hello, Dennis. Requesting a late check-in, please. Over 70. 70 over. That's it.
Yeah, read the script. It is there. Yeah, we can do that. I'll give the 7-0 the check, and you are sounding good. I bet it was a great day up the hill. You are sounding good, and I've got you checked in. Over.
It was, and thank you very much.
Thanks for joining us on the Old Tube Radio Network. 27085 is where we are at. Central California is where we're originating from, and something we have been doing, I know, for 40 years, really. Doing just what you hear, having people get on the air. Do you like my radio? Does it sound good? I made a change. What do you think? It was a way that we could get, like, driving the old car around the block once a week to make sure that it works and that things don't get rusty. The Jingle Singers are going to do a little cha-cha if you'd like to get up and dance, and then we're going to go to Radio 3, so stand by.
What are the magic numbers?
27.085 megahertz, channel 11.
Are the magic letters?
OTR.
Right here in
Fresno, California.
Radio Magic.
Old Tube Radio.
For you.
The Old Tube Radio for you. In the control room here, Victor F. Oh, what a nice comment. Says, can't think of anything better than watching a Bozo Control at 3 a.m. On the Old Tube Radio Network. Well, that's why I like this part, because I can kind of sit back and let the radios be the star of the net, which is why we are here. So, speaking of that, the light is flashing. Dennis and crew are stepping up into the air chair for our Radio 3. Hello, 77 et al.
Hey, Mr. Dennis, and really cool hearing a couple of Halicrafters in there. I know we checked ours in last week. From the golden era of the early 70s, a 1973 Chris 23 Plus, and a little assistance there, a good old reverse preamp, Golden Falcon there in the modulation mode, and a 1963 D104 that I completely disassembled yesterday and removed all the inners, rebuilt the amplifier board, and cleaned up all the contacts, burnished them and whatnot, and oiled everything up, put it all back together, and, well, Bob's your uncle. Here it is, talking loud and proud.
Indeed. And the first comment comes up, it's like, boy, that is a clean sound Panasonic chassis radio. Indeed it is. And you have sent the photo here. I've got the radio desk showing the Golden Falcon, the Chris radio, and some other items here at Trainwreck Central. And then when you come back, tell us how we can join in your air chair via the Radio Lifer. So a lot of people, if they're watching, they hear me, they hear you coming through my system and out to them. But there's a way that you can get in the air chair over there at Trainwreck. So go ahead.
Yes, sir. The Radio Lifer site with 4 R's on the end of Lifer, YouTube or TikTok, and you can hear this conversation, both sides. You can hear your wonderful audio coming out of the speaker of this radio. In fact, we have an old Motorola speaker plugged into it right now. This particular Chris, I completely went through top to bottom, all the caps, quite a few resistors. All the tubes are brand new in it. So that's probably why it's so brilliant, and so proud to be out here modulating to all the listeners.
Nice. And it's not flat top. I can put the S meter. You have a big signal, but as you increase your modulation percentage, the S meter just goes a little bit farther. So there's no, there's no peak, there's no flat topping. That's why the audio is nice and smooth and sounds good. So not a problem at all. Fits well with all the great radios we've had in tonight. Let me go to the full page ad, and that is, okay, the D104 is plugged right in to the radio itself. Is that, did you tell me already, is that an external speaker on the right-hand side?
Yeah, that's an original Motorola from the early 50s. So it's handwritten across the center there, the Motorola emblem, which is the way they did it back then before the the later ones that you would see in the the 60s and 70s police cars and fire trucks and whatnot. I do want to thank Bones, the sideband Ditchbanks Net. He was the donator of the reverse preamp, the Golden Falcon, and he said, it was given to me, it doesn't work, here you go, whatever you want to do with it. So I spent 2 days and a long night with Jerry, applying 10 volts at a time every couple of hours to slowly bring it to life, and all the switches were locked up solid and rusted. I had to go in there and very carefully free up all the switches and clean up, clean up on aisle 3 on the rest of it. But had one bad tube in the driver's section, got that taken care of. And you guys are hearing it. We slowly brought it back to life, and it's been on now for 36 hours. And we're running it in the modulation mode. It's working really good. It's a good match with this radio and this microphone, and we're just happy to bring it out here and let everyone hear it.
Giving it the smoke test, as we say. And one last question, and Dwayne he might have one of these radios, and I don't know if you can touch the top. I know convention cooling sometimes mean it's just, we'll put a vent, and if some hot air comes out, that's a good thing. Do you have dinner rolled up in an aluminum foil on top of the radio is the question.
You can cook huevos rancheros and some carne asada within probably 10 minutes on the top of this radio. It's hot.
Well, that's the Panasonic chassis. I know the Robin T123 B does the same thing, but tubes are okay with the heat. Sometimes it's the other parts surrounding the tubes that may have a little issue, but tubes say bring it on, don't turn on the air conditioning, and forget about the heat sink. Sounding good. The Chris 23 Plus paired, I should say, with the Golden Falcon, and all there at Trainwreck Central, and check out the Radio Lifer to sit in the air chair for this very conversation for a replay. It's always cool to do that. Thanks for bringing it by. Over.
We sure appreciate it, Dennis, and we appreciate all the followers and listeners. And I do have to say one thing, man. I love these slam relays, boy. Every time you key this thing, they just sound awesome. And I'm sure everybody will hear it in the video. Thanks for everything, Dennis. 73s, and until next time.
All right, like a gun going off. That's sounding good. I want to say hello to 428, Peter and the gang, Squamish boys, checking in late, but good to have you in. I was the bands were good on 40 meters. I was up near Alberta, and there was a Prince George, and there's another mountain. Is it Mountain House? Some stations up there, SDRs, doing good the last couple of nights. So the bands are opening back up. Jingle Singers, once again, Joe, it is your turn. Step up. We'll be back in about 20 seconds to find out what you've got going on. Over.
How do you do? Ladies and gentlemen, greetings to you. Wherever you are, your favorite spot on the dial by far is known to you as
OTR, the Old Tube Radio Network.
the station for you is
OTR.
All right, I like. We've got. Thank the Lord, we've got the sing-along version. It's like, remember, follow the. What it used to be, follow the bouncing ball. So you can go down to the chat and rewind, and sing along with the Jingle Singers. There's a story behind that too. They've been here for almost 40 years as well. But I won't go into that. Joe, hello, radio. Speaking of radio, I think you have one for us tonight. Over. It's his light is flashing. That's what happens when you're number 4 behind some classy radios. Harvey, are you there? Harvey's like the backup guy. They used to have the morning show we do. They bring in Regis Philbin, from the other studio. When one of the guests didn't show up, Regis would come in and start talking about something. Keystone State, hello, Boogeyman. Thanks for joining us, the Old 2 Radio Network. I'm listening to see if Dwayne is firing up. I know he got Skipland, but I think it's coming from over the ocean. Looking at the DX map again. That's still showing the Los Angeles thing. I don't think that's correct.
Yeah, there's just a quick Mobile High 193.
There's the U.S. not showing anything, but we've got some sounds coming from across the Pacific. The Old 2 Radio Network.
You have yourself a blessed night. Bye.
I think that was hippopotamus. Dwayne, I agree. You fire that thing up and you can smell the dust burning off the tubes. That snap of the relay.
Have the radio on the right channel.
Okay, is this the right channel frequency? Did you? Be safe. Make sure the soldering iron is in its holder.
Hang on here. Let me see. Okay, I'll be back second.
All right. Well, that's another opportunity for we can bring in the jingle singers one more time.
Let's do some spelling.
OTR. 27.085 megahertz. Channel 11, Old Tube Radio. Old Tube Radio.
Okay. Might have a little buzz in it.
I don't hear a buzz per se. Maybe the audio is not, it's not super clean like an R68, but I think we're good to go. Over.
Okay. I may have bumped the tune and load a little bit. This is a Demco satellite with the modulator, which is not in right now. It's out. The Demco modulator. I do have the external receive preamp on. Okay. Modulator out. Modulator in. Let me know if it did anything there.
Yeah, it's plenty loud without the modulator. Modulator in throws a little more bass note and does get louder. Look at the S meter. One of the issues is you've got no headroom on that radio. So the modulator comes in, it's got nowhere to go. I bet it would play a little bit better if it did, but it's loud, and I want to get a picture. So the Demco satellite, is that the CB1, CB1A, or the R101? Which model would you know? Over.
Yeah, the 1A, 101, the whole 9 yards. The smaller unit with the Magic Eye tube that's going wacko. Well, okay, it took me a little while. I got zapped once because I didn't wire it right. But I did this time. And this is the Plus 3B microphone, not the stupid Sidekick. Anyway, I renamed the mic. Anyway, let's see. This is volts. Oh, yeah. This is milliamps, which acts like a modulation meter swinging forward. Yeah, I think I'll leave it there. Anyway, that's kind of nice. Anyway, this is not my radio. I'm just finishing it up. And then it goes to Jerry and Dennis, number 2.
Okay, I believe I've got the picture here. This has got the satellite transmitter. It's got the Magic Eye tube, the receiver on the side with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 knobs, 6 knobs. meter, a couple of lights. The modulator, some of them are built into the speaker. This one is the standalone 2-tube unit, it looks like.
Most correct. The built-in one goes with the satellite deluxe and the super satellite. And then with the super satellite, some of the modulators just had one tube. Anyway. This has the modulator, transmitter, receiver, satellite speaker, and the SWR meter comes with this too. It's not in line now because the way I had to set things up, everything is stacked. So I can only go so high without, I have a fear of heights, so I couldn't go too high with this.
Okay, well, there's a lot of radio there. This is a very impressive looking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 unit item of interest, and it really is interesting that we should probably end on this. We started with the simplest radio ever, the CB1. There's no channel selection. It comes with a crystal. There's a push-to-talk bar. It's not even a push-to-talk microphone, and the squelch is in the back. And then, people realizing this 11 meter, this Class D thing is on, and then here you go. You have exactly what the FCC thought would never happen. You've got a radio that is bigger and more complex than just about any of the amateur radio stations during this time at that day. Over.
Well, I don't know about that, but it does have a lot of knobbies. And the receiver is sensitive. It is real sensitive, but it is a pain to calibrate the dial. And the tuning condenser doesn't start like it, we'll say 9 o'clock and swing around to 3 o'clock and stop. It swings around in a circle, all the way around. And if you happen to try and calibrate it the wrong way, channel 11 will be, hey, right there. But then when you go up to 13, 14, 15, you're actually going down. And when you're going down from 11, you're going up. So you have to redo the tuning condenser, and neither the Sam's Photo Fact or the, I think, original manual that I didn't download yet, but I'll try, because I'm having trouble with my laptop and printer. But anyway, I read it, and it doesn't say where to preset the tuning condenser, because that's what you have to do. You have to preset it, put the dial on channel, well, they say 9, but I did 11, and it worked perfect. I was able to tune the two adjustments correctly, and now, like, 1 is 1, 23 is 23, and everything works. But they don't tell you that. So, this was fun. This radio has an S-meter control where, Dennis, you could be at -3 if I wanted, or you could be slam it at 60 over. So, if you want me to make you feel good, I can do that.
Interesting. Does that have the receiver have an RF gain?
No RF gain. It's got a distance, local, and audio compressor switch for the receive.
Interesting. I was surprised they didn't put an RF gain. I know on the Brownie, you can kind of do that, adjusting the RF gain. All right, before you go, and I believe you are engaged on the modulator. Is that a rotating switch? Go ahead and demodulate the Demco modulator.
Okay. Now, there it goes down, and I might disappear.
Uh-oh.
Oh, hello. Yeah,
Yeah.
I could pretty much disappear
There
with
it
this
goes.
thing.
Okay, well, it went down and then came back. So does it have to discharge and then recharge to do the bypass?
Says what, too long?
No. What I did was I looked at the milliamp meter, which acts like a modulation meter. I looked at the magic eye, which is the modulation thing. And with my third eye, I looked at the watt meter behind the radio. And as I turned things down, like I'm doing right now,
Well, sounds like Skipland, huh? And then he's gone.
you hear me until I turn it back up.
All right, it kind of sounded like Skipland, but I had the S meter on. We didn't see we heard you fade out, but the signal stayed at the solid S9. All right, well, for my money, the way things are set up, it sounds good. It sounds as good without the modulator in and out, but that is a tunable thing with your selected microphonium. Satellite, Demco Satellite CB1. I think this is Demco, not by command. I don't know if that's on there. Nice and loud. It is a Demco, a pretty radio. You got to love stacking 4 or 5 pieces together, and they all seem to play. Plus, it's got the meter and everything else. So nice radio tonight. Thanks for bringing it by, and we'll see if Joe is there. If not, we'll go ahead and sign out because it looks like the band is opening up. We're getting a little bit of across the pond or across the ocean skip, so people might want to get in and say hello for that. So thanks, Harvey. Oh, any other items you have before we jump out of here?
Yeah. You got to check one more in.
Okay. I've got a spot for that over.
The band, Black Swan, right back.
While he's getting that radio fired up, the Jingle Singers will let us know what is about to happen.
You're tuned to
OTR. Channel 11,
right here in
Fresno, California.
Stay with us
Old Tube Radio.
and be modern.
As modern as you can get for a guy sitting in a seersucker suit and radios that were all the rage about 50 years ago. OTR listening.
Alrighty, the Golden Beagle by Browning Laboratories with the custom D104 with the original Browning medallion on the back of the head of the D104. Alrighty, that should do it. Good show tonight, Dennis.
I agree. We got some great radios here. I think we're signing out just in time as the band opens up again. Could be some interesting conditions. There's a picture if anybody's wanting to know. The R68 TC68 pre-Mark II, but pretty similar in appearance. And for Browning aficionados, a favorite radio of many. I mean, everybody likes the 3 and the 4, but these interim Eagles and Golden Eagles were the thing. All right, thanks, Harvey. And one more shout out for SWL 60. Oh, did I double with somebody? Hello, radio. I guess I'm doubling with Skipland.
Get some Ovaltine. I'm gonna have a sandwich and go to bed.
Sounds like it. All right, let me get out of here.
Ladies and gentlemen, time now for the current OTR totals.
We'll make this the current and final totals. I haven't seemed to blow anything up yet. Boy, it's maybe I am getting the buffering. I click on something and 10 seconds later it happens. So I got to go check the Universal Media Netweb here at OTR Control. Let me go down the rundown, and then everybody who's staying up late, got up early, or is watching the replay can go do whatever it is that they should be doing. Tonight on the Old Tube Radio Network, we had 5 radios stop by. The most heard manufacturer was indeed from Halicrafters, and we started with the Halicrafters CB1 with the 6E5 Magic Eye Tube, one of the first radios to show up for a Class D 11-meter service from Halicrafters. Thanks to Robert for the extra effort to bring that in with a nice, 10 dB, 5 dB over S9 signal, and a very rare radio. It is on the CB1. Thanks, Robert. Cliff on his Halicrafters CB3 Alpha from 1962 and 63, the Citizen's Little Phone. Radio number 3 tonight, the Chris 23 Plus and the Golden Falcon, sounding good and top-notch as all the radios do from out there. One little funny note, I was earlier before the net, Dennis was on that radio, and he was trying to talk to Harvey and asking questions to Cliff, and nobody was coming back to him. And then I said, well, I can hear him fine. I said, and I looked at my meter, and it was S5. I'm thinking S5. Well, so I think he was on the dummy load. I could hear him at S5, but I was the only one. So he got that all straightened out. But that shows you a good radio even works on the dummy load. We heard from the Tram Titan 2 tonight, DD21JT from Old Radio Night, looking good on the Tram Titan 2. We heard it checking in, so we're putting it on the list. And as you just heard moments ago, we have the Demco satellite CB1 with all the transmitter, receiver, speaker, Demco modulator, and I think there was a meter on top of that as well. So good night, everybody. Tune into your favorite YouTube channel for your two-way radio adventures. If you are studying for or working on the ham radio upgrade, good thing to do. Oh, where is my, let's see, I can find it. I had, and now it is, of course, not there, but it was a beacon, and I can't find the download thing, but it was a, is this it? No. Is that it? What happened to the, I'm searching here. All right. Well, it was a 2-watt beacon that I recorded today on 10 meters, and the guy was using a modified JC Penny radio. Call sign, wideband. Is this it? 2 hours ago. Incredible. Now, all right. I guess I'm not going to be able to find it. Anyway, this goes to show you that the reason you can't be heard is when 50 people are on the same channel, your 2 watts is actually getting somewhere. It's going from Hawaii to California to Texas. You just got to be in the right place at the right time with your 2-watt JC Penny radio. Anyway, have a good evening, everybody, from the Old Tube Radio Network. The Tashi, I can't find my download folder. It was there, and now the Old Tube Radio things. You know what? Running, I would do well with a CB1, where it's just a knob. Where it's just a knob, and I can find what I want. KPH, maybe it's this one. Here we go. Hang on a second. Open. Media player. There it is. All right, here it is. This is a station in Hawaii. I was copying this afternoon. It turns out he's on 2 watts. NH6HI, 2 watts on his JC Penny radio, putting out a beacon. So when you think the band is not open, it's just because there's 400 other people on the channel. Put your JC Penney at 2 watts, and you're going from Hawaii to California with no problem. So thank you to NH6HI for the beacon this afternoon coming out of Hawaii. Yeah, maybe I'll try 40. All right, 73, everybody.
Yeah, well, this is the 7th Area QSO party, so they call it 7QP.
Okay, what type of shades do you need?
We just have the state for any of the states outside the Alpine 7 area, right? So this is all the states with 7, like Idaho, Montana, Utah, Nevada, and Arizona. Those states, people in those states, we're looking just for all the other states. And you guys from outside are looking for all the counties within the 7 called states. So you would need our state plus our county.
Okay, thank you very much. You're my first, and get busy. Thank you. Good luck.
Roger. Well, you don't have time left. It's only an hour and a half left in the contest, but enjoy. This is November, 7 November.
73. 73, this is November 7 November, QRZ. TQ7QP, November 7 November. TQ7QP, November 7 November. TQ7QP, TQ7QP, this is November 7 November. November 7 November, Greenlee County, Arizona. TQ7QP, TQ7QP, this is November 7 November. November 7 November, Greenlee County, Arizona.
Kilo 2, Golf Mike Mike.
Kilo 2, Golf Mike Mike. 7, please copy 59, Alpha Zulu, Golf Lima Echo.
Roger, and you're 59 also up here in Washington.
Washington, which county are you in?
It's Clark County, and I don't know what the proper abbreviation is, but it's Clark, as in Lewis and Clark.
Okay, I will tell you what it is. Let's see, Washington, Clark County, just for my own thing here, because I have to put it in there anyway. CLR, Clark, CLR.
CLR, thank you for that. All right, 73.
73, and thank you for the contact. This is November, 7 November.
Hello, 7 November, yeah. Alpha Delta 7 Juliet, I already got you, I'm just saying hi.
Hello, I got you there from, you're in Clark County, Nevada, right?
Yeah, roger, roger, I'm just dialing around, it's kind of fading out here at the end.
Yeah, lots less activity. I think people get tired and go to sleep. That's what I should do, but I'm going to hang it out till the end.
Yeah, I'm doing pretty much the same thing. I looked up on 20 meters. I just came down from 20, and there's one guy that's calling DX, and there's a guy out there from New Zealand, and he's coming in pretty strong. But other than that, the band's pretty much dead up there.
Hey, we were getting that on 11 meters.
I won't have to go check. Yeah, this is okay. I think 80 still got a few people on it. I might pop down there again for a minute.
Richard, you are correct.
Yeah, there's it's thinning out, but the signal's still strong. You're coming in here great.
Yeah, you're doing really good too. You're doing really good too. I mean, it was doing real well there for a while, but you know, it's changing. The band's changing, and everybody's, like you said, dropping out and going to sleep. So I haven't even been down on 80. I don't have a really good 80
I could probably make
so
it
maybe I need
over.
to go down there and see if I can get a few.
There weren't tons of people down there, but there's a core, and I think I'm going to go back down in just a few minutes, just to try it out for a little while.
Roger, roger. See, I'll give it a shot. All right, man. Well, good luck and happy hunting.
Thank you very much, and enjoy the contest.
73.
73. This is November, 7 November.
Kilowatt Alpha 6, Juliet, Mike.
Kilowatt Alpha 6, Juliet, Mike. 59, Alpha Zulu, Golf, Lima Echo.
Oh, Roger, can I have your call again?
November, 7 November.
November 7 November, you're 5'9", actually you're 30 over 9 here in California.
30 over 9, wow. Well, I'm working into a simple dipole antenna. It is up about 35 feet or so, but it's a simple dipole. Glad that you can hear me.
Oh, roger that. I've got a horizontal loop around the property, about 352 feet or so, with a 9-to-1 balance, and I'm running just a hair under about 100 watts here.
Well, I am running a little more power. I'm running up to about 500 watts, 400 watts right now. It looks like into that little dipole. But yeah, you got a great signal up here.
Roger, beautiful signal. Good luck in the contest and have fun. KA6JMM.
All right, and thank you for the contact. K6JMM, November, 7 November. And we're calling CQ for the 7th area QSO party. CQ7QP, November, 7 November.
Big signals tonight. The band is long and short. That's what was happening last night.
Nope. Okay, 7-3. contest, Kilo 7, Mike Zulu. CQ7 QP contest, Kilo 7, Mike Zulu. CQ7 QP contest, Kilo 7, Mike Zulu. CQ contest to 7 QP contest, Kilo 7, Mike Zulu. I got a Kilo Foxtrot the rest of the call. Okay, if I got that correct, there's Kilo Foxtrot 8, Delta, Papa, Oscar, is that correct? You are 5'9" in Utah Uniform Tango, Sierra Alpha Lima, but what is your report? Say again, what is your exchange to me?
Area QSO party, Kilo 7 Sierra Whiskey calling CQ. CQ for the 7th area QSO party, Kilo 7 Sierra Whiskey calling CQ.
Raise that, Mike.
That, Kilo.
There's 7200 with some music. All right, we're going to leave it to the contesters, and they've only got an hour and a half left, but the 40-meter band is in good shape. Yeah, Richie, that's on 7200. Someone's playing music. That's the bad boy frequency on 40 meters.
Alpha Bravo 6 Victor Oscar.
Alpha Bravo 6 Victor Oscar, 5'9" Oscar Romeo Charlie Oscar Lima.
Roger, Roger. I got that. Please copy 5'9" Alpha Zulu Charlie November Oscar. Over.
QSL, and thank you for the second band, and good luck in the contest. Whiskey Mike 7 Alpha QRZ.
November 0 Yankee Lima.
November something Yankee Lima. Again, please.
Yeah, Richard, you were at S9 coming in great.
November 0 Yankee Lima 5'9".
The band's good all the way up through the West Coast here tonight. The western states are all good.
Thank you for Kansas. Whiskey Mike 7 Alpha
Kansas,
QRZ.
see? This is on the wire. All right, I'll talk to you later. I got to get out of here.
Mike 7 Alpha. CQ7QP, Whiskey 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 Mike 7 Alpha.